Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, so this is a new program which we have, GoEco. So I'll just briefly tell you about my company. What we do, we are basically industrial design company, and we do a lot of structural packaging with almost all the who's and who's of FMCG sector. And GoEco was a program which we actually started originally in 2008, but then there was not major takers for that program. Now suddenly for last 3 years, 4 years, there are a lot of interest in this program, which now everybody wants to do something in this area, and obviously because of government regulations and a lot of rules in which has now come in. So as I FMCG packaging, so when we are working with FMCG sector, we understand how what are the challenges this sector has, and we need that kind of sensitivity to create a program, to create a designs. And as I said, there is no one design or one size that fits all. So we have to understand the product, we have to understand the companies, and we have to create the solutions as per their requirement. So what we have done is we have created a various lenses. So what we say that the problems are in multi layers, and you need various lenses to actually figure out where exactly the problem exists. So these are some certain layers, and one of the lens which we use is GoEco lens when we try to create a solution. Now, when we talk about sustainability, it's not just about the packaging. What we talk, it's also there are so many other aspects that makes a business or a product, unsustainable. So this is what we say circular economy, and how this whole thing has to go. But then there is one thing which is everybody's talking about, that anything which is biodegradable is not so sustainable, because there is a lot of energy that goes in developing those packs. There are a lot of energy that goes in transporting those packs from point A to point B, and at the end all that energy goes into the soil. So we need to recover the energy. So upcycling and recycling is something which is of utmost importance. So we have to develop those kind of solutions where it makes economically viable for a company to use that. So there is a process which we follow, and as I say, sustainable is a very very complex subject, and there is no direct solution to it. So we have to go step by step, and the impact you create is very minuscule at initial levels, but then if you move in the direction for some period of time, then you're able to get that kind of impact. So durability of the product, so that it can be reused, use less material, less space in the truck logistics, less space in the warehouse. You optimize the material so that your supply chain has a optimized supply chain. Then again, for EPR, if we can have a homogeneous material, this is a very important thing, because so maybe you don't want to we want to reuse it again and again, and then later once it is there in the system, you can think of the next time when we sell the product, do we have to again sell it in this kind of a pack, because he already has one dispenser. So you can give it in some other packing material which is more sustainable. Then this was one of the this was for PNG. We were making some ideas, some concepts. So I'm showing those concepts which are there in the market, and this was one of the idea for EPR, that if we have a sachet, if we want to reduce the sachet or replace the sachets, what we can do is we can create one pack in single material, which is in PET, and you have the lid. It's like it's a blow molded thing, and you don't have a separate cap which you can throw. So you actually tear it off from one corner, but the other corner is still attached, so it is still part of your main body. You're not throwing it away, because it becomes very difficult to again collect and give it to the producer back. So and then there are different gamifications which we can do. There are different points we can, you can say that if you bring back the certain packs, then you have certain points which you can earn, and through that point you can give them some discounts, or there is anything which a company wants to engage with the customer directly. So they are also part of this whole initiative, and they are also feeling that they are contributing to the whole thing. But this is one of the ideas, that in material, if we can do something where you don't have to make so many elements in the packaging, where it becomes really difficult to segregate, and it has one single pack which you can use. Then these are certain ideas which we worked on, like how gelatin capsules and how they work. If we can have some sachets in that material, where you have that product inside your shampoo, and then which again, when you put it in a water, it dissolves and you can use the product. So there is no wastage, there is nothing to throw, it all consumed. And taking again different technologies which exist in the market, and what are the other thing which are there, and we can try to integrate in this frame of work. Like one of the example was these tissues which are enrolled up in a small format, and when you put some water and you hydrate it, it actually becomes big, and you can use it. So why can't we have a soaked towel like this, which is dehydrated at first level, and then when you use it, when there is a water in it, you can actually it expands, and then you can use it for your wash purposes. So these were some of the ideas, like in the R&D, when you're making when you're developing those ideas. So I'm saying these are the long routes which are there, but then these are the certain directions we can actually work on. And in the end, fruit for thought. So again, coming back to the nature, how things are packed, how nature has has a solution for everything. Why do we have to make a packing as a separate thing? Why can't we, as a part of a product which we can reuse, we can can actually feel good about it? So this is the approach. What I've just talked was a very brief thought processes which we apply in developing sustainable solutions. So the main important thing is economy of this solutions, and what we feel as a designers, you have that leverage, that when you are designing something from scratch, you can actually validate each and every factors, all the variables, and you can create unique solutions for that problem, and which has both sustainability in terms of nature and ecology, and also sustainability in terms of businesses. So that was my time. So if there any question, you can discuss.